Oh, Magoo. That's the other one I like a lot. I like Magoo. Oh, Magoo, you've done it again. Yeah, I know, but there's too many human beings out there that act like Magoo. Oh, Magoo. All right. Bye bye. Oh, Dr. Magoo, you've done it again. All right, traders. Thank God it is Friday. TGIF. Yes, indeed. Another weekend. We got another little hurricane trying to muscle in on us. The last one beat up along our shoreline pretty well here. Didn't have too much of an effect, which was okay. Not here, but talking to a friend, they're totally frustrated by the strength of the damage down over the last couple of weeks along the Jersey Shore. So anyway, here we go. Here we are. And what are we looking at there? There's cable this morning. You see cable acting very, very well. Uh, Positive, yes indeed. And my sound sounds good. Sound, 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 sound. And let's see what else we got brewing over here. Let's take a look at it through the Chicago Quant. We will do that right there. And let's see what she says about that. That's the stock indices. Let's move from the intraday stock indices to. Oh, we didn't need to open up the other thing too, don't we? Let's go to Dukascopy. Open Sesame. Dookie Day Week. No, not that one. Dookie Day and Forex. So there it is. Yes, indeed. And so we'll see how that rolls along. I think people are tired for the week. They seem to be like we've had some really in-depth conversation here about time time bars. In other words, open, high, low, and close bars or candles or whatever you use in a time reference. Versus, in understanding the difference between tick and contract versus fixed time, or what I like to call Newtonian time, where it's monolithic and not dynamic. And obviously, ticks, what they do is they collect up volatility and volume in a sense, and action, and so it helps to define a whole different understanding of time itself. Basically, it's kind of like special relativity, I guess you could say. You can think of it as general too. But in other words, there was a moving object, and they're not all exactly being looked at in the same reference. That's what it really comes down to. I have this one friend, a physicist down in South Africa, and educated here in the States, and he's retired and he's back down in I think he's in Johannesburg, and yeah, Johannesburg, and he's always complaining about the Lorentz transformation versus the Einstein concept of the same time frame in two different events in the same time frame. And so, two different times. That's what it is. Two different times in the same event. But what it really is a perspective. But that's all right. I'll go along with his Lorentz interpretation. But in the end result is that what we're looking at here is when we look at a chart that's an intraday, it is not very descriptive of exactly what's going on, because a fixed, or as I said before, a Newtonian, 1 minute, 5 minute, 15 or half hour, or 2 hours or 4 hours or whatever inside a day doesn't really measure all the action that's going on. It's consistent. 5 minutes, boom, 5 minutes, boom. It doesn't tell you anything. Whereas a tick or a contract chart, what it does is it's telling you about the volume and the activity and the volatility, and it generates an open, high, low, close, just like a 1 minute or 5 minute or half hour chart. So it was a very good conversation this week on that. And I want to thank Alessa, because Alessa was very instrumental in trying to understand how to view trading, looking at charts and trading. And so that made total sense. I was really happy with that because I love time. Doc's been experimenting with it for over 40 years now, ever since a schoolboy in Hertfordshire at Hatfield Polytechnic, wearing out the big mainframe and hijacking half a dozen different passwords so I could run my scenarios. So anyway, that's the way it rolls there. So there's the cable. Is that the cable? Let's see if it's the cable. Oh, no, that's Bitcoin. What's Bitcoin doing today? Oh, it's trying to climb up through the buy. That's nice. There is the cable running at a high again. High, high, high. And as you can see here, what is that? That is like going after taking out that high, hasn't it? Cool. And let's see. Let's go to J4X. And you can see there, way out there, this baby is climbing after these highs now. So, and as you can see right here, the white line has pierced through. It pierced through here a couple days ago, 3 days back now, and now it's taken out that one. And how do we correlate it with our Chicago quant? Let's take a look and see. And so you can see there, same thing, 3 days back. We got some greens going. We got the volatility signal with a red and a green. And it's cleanly through both time manifolds. This one here giving us the warning sign that it was climbing. One day it did that. Ripped through this minus manifold to a plus manifold and then some. Maybe mainly because of the tightness of the range, I would assume. But in the end result is it did it, and it was fascinating to watch it do it. And you can see the strength. I think we may have mumbled something about it on Wednesday, because I believe Thursday we were totally immersed dealing with time itself, because Doc is a time lord in the marketplace. All right, let's go check out. Let's just do this real quick. And there's the fact check spreadsheet, right? Fact check, Excel sheet. 6 weeks in a buy and 2 days in a buy. This is going to be its third day in a buy right now. So all guns blazing in the right direction. Let's check out the euro. What it is what it is. And there's the euro acting firm there too, banging the 119s as you see on J4X. And let's see what we can do about that right there. There we go. You see the same thing here. The buy is right there. Where's that? Because it did the red dot thing there, so you couldn't really take that. And then, so there it is on line 14. 14 weeks in a buy. And jumped in that 1 day buy, and it's zoomed to the moon, Alice. As you can see here, it's been going up 14 weeks. Let's see where it is on here. Where's the weekly buy on this thing? Right there. In between May and June, it went into a weekly buy and has not been able to let go. It just keeps on each week, and next week is going to be number 15. We're going to be able to throw the 1-5er in like that. Huh. Cool. So, it's just the way we do things here with a fact check spreadsheet every day, looking at the charts. And at the same time, you can just go back and look at other Dukascopy webinars, in the video history of Doc, and you can see, days and weeks ago of success documented, day in and day out, week in and week out. It goes on and on and on, month in and month out, year in and year out. So, it goes on and on and on and on and on. And then not counting the fact that there's a chart right there showing us that live. Like so. This is not like 4 days ago. That's what got me started with Dukascopy. It was that fella. I reminisce about that every so often. About that fellow who was putting different charts up, intraday charts, and you could see that he was adjusting like the inputs of the different indicators that he was using, and then he would show it like 3 hours later and say, see, just go to my website and for like $400 a month. And I'm like, what is that rubbish? You can see he's changing it. So I said, can't you just show us? I was being really polite. I was like, can't you just show us something like live? Oh, I don't know about that. You got to be a paying customer. It's like, what? Oh my God. So I started doing my Dukascopy thing live, and I used to take the camera and I used to have it on the corner of the screen. You would be watching the market tick away, trading a live product active at the same time. We'd be going through the charts, and we'd be going through algo wars, and we'd be doing all that stuff. It was fun. So anyway, yes indeed, there it is, and we've got a fact check Excel sheet right there live on the screen every day with it. So it's what it is what it is. All right, let's check it out. Let's go see what the Turkish lira is. No one's asking questions today. I guess everybody got questioned out over the week. Don't be scared. It's okay. Remember, there are no dumb questions in trading. There are no dumb questions in trading. There are only long answers or short answers. But there are no dumb questions in trading. So be my guest. There you go. Very good. Hi. Let me put my guess. Khazir? Is that it? Should I call you Khazir? Can I ask what kind of chart was that? Let's see. Which one are we pointing at? At the Turkish lira one right now, or that last euro chart? This one right here? What we do is we use the J4X with public indicators, and we show you the difference between looking at these indicators that I like independently and instead competitively with each other. So we're really looking at the way they act against each other more than, we used to call that algo wars, than looking at an individual one. No, I'm sorry, the other one. Okay, this one right here. This is my Chicago quant right here. This is my proprietary math. What it is down here is a daily. Here, let me turn on something. Let me show you something that has some writing in it. Let's say like oil. Oh, well, that's not too good because the bottom one doesn't show it. I have a gold. There we go. Okay, so down below is my weekly quant formula. Okay, the indicator there. It's been in a weekly buy since that little line. That's number on the fact check spreadsheet. It is right there. 20 weeks in a weekly buy now. 1 day in a daily sell. Seems like it's bouncing back up again, is it? Yeah, it's bouncing back up again. So you cannot take sells when it's in a weekly buy. You can only take the buys. Okay. The one in the center, we can widen that out for you. That one there is a daily chart right there. That's matching the open, high, low, close daily chart above right here. That's December gold. And this is the day quant. This is the weekly quant. And so what you can see there is each week it's in a buy in our math. We start off where it started, and that week was week 1, and this is week 2, and then each week we have an opportunity to go into a sell, and when it doesn't go into a sell, we keep on considering it in a buy and only playing the long side of trades. Now that's where it went into a daily buy there, and it only made a good trade one day there, but we have no power over the market. Our math only tells us that it's going somewhere, and it does it. You can see here, you go into a buy, it goes up 1 day, and then 2 days it's up there, and then third day it goes into a sell again. You can't short it because we're in a weekly buy. Then it goes into a buy here, and in this case here it went on a rampage. We all know about that. And then you can see it goes into a sell here. You can't short it. You can only take a profit or do something. Or if you're going to short it, you better be nimble. That's for sure. Or our lines have to be down in the middle of the week. And then right here you can see another buy there, and it goes into a rampage again. And like I said, we all know about the gold story. So, and then you can see it goes into a sell here. You can't short it. Matter of fact, one of the traders that follows us here shorted it and contacted me like 12 o'clock at night. Or 11 o'clock at night. I was still in front of the machines on a Sunday evening, and he was like, I shorted it because it's in your daily sell. I was like, yeah, I know, but it's in a weekly buy. He says, and I said, but what do I do? I'm making a lot of money. I was like, well, cover half of it. And so then I watched it with him for like an hour or so, or like an hour. Him and I were watching it, and I was like, cover another half of whatever you have, And he sends me over. He made like, big number in money. And he said, "This is the greatest day of my life. I've never made anything like this." And it's like, yes, but you're fighting the system, so you better take that profit as fast as possible. So the one behind, yes. No. I'm sorry. The other, okay. Yeah, I'm just answering that. So anyway, end result is that that's how this thing works. This is my Chicago Quant Technologies indicators. I call them now. We have a website and we do that stuff. And so I take the J4X because I've been doing Dukascopy a long time, and I've used Dukascopy's, charting thing, and I've used their robot, and I've done contests with Dukascopy and succeeded pretty well using just public indicators. So I've developed these to try to emulate this. So these indicators here, 3 of them at least, have a 75% correlation to my chart here. The white line in particular does a really fine job. You can see this is Turkish lira. Let's go over to the Turkish lira right now. Where are you, Turkish lira? Right there. And do we have the Turkish lira? That's the euro. So let's put Turkish lira up there. Now the Turkish lira is off the rails. I mean, just off the rails. I mean, we're looking at it on line 17, right there on the spreadsheet. 38 weeks in a weekly buy. It did go into a daily sell there yesterday. Kind of cute there. As you can see here, we can widen this out more, like that. And you can see the buys have been somewhat anemic. This one was a pretty good buy. This one here, it tried to go into a sell, just missed it, but it went to 0.000. I think it was it there? It was 0.000. It didn't go into the sell and climbed back up into the buy. I mean, it was in the buy for a bunch of days there. You can see they put some pressure on it there. It just bounced up the next day and then back down again, and zigging and zagging all over the bloody place. Matter of fact, where's the sell? The sell line wasn't put in. There we are. We're so fascinated by this thing. I think at one point, let's see, that's right. It was a red and green dot that day, so it didn't put it in. I remember that. Now I don't know why it's cleaned itself out, but it did. But at the time, it was a red and green dot. So, and then it went into, it was like 3 days in a sell. It was like, oh my God, when's the last time we saw 3 days in a sell in Turkish lira? I mean, 38 weeks, traders. 38 weeks. Look at it, right there. 38 weeks in a weekly buy. I mean, it's like, wow. OMG, So anyway, Kazari? Something like that, right? Hadayat? Let's just say that, there are no stupid questions in trading. There's only long answers or short answers. That's it. So don't be afraid to ask a question. And you did. And now we're explaining it to you. And you can see here, matter of fact, we got to put a little red line in there, don't we? It went into the red cell yesterday with no dot, and the white line and the black line below the 0 line makes it a sell. The no dot or green dot with the white line and histogram a plus above the 0 line is a buy. And so that's the way it rolls here. In this case here, we had a red dot and a down closing there, so put it into the sell. Didn't go too far. It went down the next day or that evening and then climbed right back up anyway. I mean, 38 weeks in a buy. I mean, this week's going to be 39. Look at the, let's do this. Like that, maybe? You can see here, look at the white line so far above. The histogram is even above the time manifold here. So it's like they're going to have to really slaughter this thing to get it to go into a sell. Just Eddie, hey, okay, cool, Eddie. How you doing? So that's where we're at. That's what it is. It's my Chicago Quant. I've been using it for almost 40 years. I started developing the math back in 1977 at Hatfield Polytechnic. They were one of the 4 places in England that had a mainframe, and I chose to go to what I considered to be the least competitive, because I wasn't going to go to Oxford or was it the other one, Cambridge or the London School of Economics. Everybody'd be wanting to use the mainframe. But I knew that if I went to Hatfield, there's a good chance that I could be able to get more than one password to get into the MCP. Sure enough, I had like 6 or 7 of them. So I was able to run all kinds of theoretical models on my math. Back in the 70s, back then I was fighting the Higgs boson. I was just so upset with the idea that they were inventing such a crazy idea. And so far, $16 billion hasn't been able to prove them any better than the Hatfield mainframe. So I'd be right and they'd be wrong. All right, so there we go. Now let's, where do we go from here? Let's go over to Canadian. We usually look at the Canadian. Canadian's kind of fascinating. Unless Eddie, you want to see something. Do you have a favorite? If you have a favorite, we can go look at it. There's no problem at all. We're very malleable. We're always willing to try this and do that. As I'll take a bite of my apple. Yep. For like the last bunch of years. Exactly. Go ahead. Go into the YouTube and click on the video. And I'm sure there's dozens upon dozens up there. You're going to hear me being me. That's for sure. And I'm the singing trader. So I sing at the end too. Yes, indeed. So now, what do we have up there? All right, so we have this. You can see the white line is piercing the what I call the 3-dimensional 0 line. That's the dotted one there. It acts like our 0 line here. And you see we've been through it. Is that the right product? What is that? Yeah, that's Turkish lira. I got to make that red. That's what it is. There we go. So that's been... look at that. It dropped down overnight, and now it's battling its way back again. Oh, jeez. I don't know. I can't remember the last time we had more than 3 days in a daily sell in this product. So you have to watch out there. Can you check GBP AUD? Hell yeah, we can check GBP AUD. We can do anything you want. We give out. You get 12 questions. It's cheaper by a dozen. We charge for the same amount that we charge for one. We charge for 12. So you got 11 more to go. Let's see, GBP AUD. Let's see if we have that in there. I think we do, because that is a somewhat of a little popular product. Let's see. There's GBP JPY. I guess we don't have it in there, so let's put it in there. I know we've looked at it. Let's go with, is it that? I could have sworn we had it in there. Let's see. Let's try. Let's do something here with it. Let's see. I think there's another AUD we could fix into it. That's it. We'll put it right there. And you'll see us doing this live, not in Memorex. GBP AUD. GBP AUD. There we go. And you can see right there. See, it went into a buy there. Went up just a little bit one day and then fell apart. Went into the sell here. We'll throw these lines in there for you. Went into the sell there. But it was in, what was it in? It was in a, it's been in a weekly buy since here. Let's go like that, and like that, and like that, and like that. And then we've been in a daily buy from here, so you couldn't be short if you were short. So from the volatility one, over one, go like that. So it went into the buy there, and then went into a sell there. You couldn't take the short. You can only take a profit if you wanted. That's about it. And if you let any of those profits run, you know, if you didn't take some profits out of this and you're waiting for a red, forget it. You got to take some profits, trader. All traders have to take profits. If you don't take profits, what are you trading for to begin with? And then it goes back into a buy there. Doesn't last long, but it's in a weekly buy, so you can't take the short. So you just have to look at it and laugh like that. And then it jumped back into the buy right there. There we go, right there. And let's go check out the sell on that. Wow, that thing was in a sell for a while. Isn't that interesting there? The reverse of the other. Yeah. So when this went into a sell, what was that? The AUD Canada went into a buy. That's interesting. And so you can see here, it went into a sell here. Then it went into the daily sell here. Tracks pretty well, like that. And then it went into a buy here, really, on the opening. When it has a double dot, a red and a green, you can buy the opening as long as the white line and the histogram are plus. So it was a nice little jump, but you're not playing the long side because we're in a sell. This thing was in a sell for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 to there. 6 to there. Let's see. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14. Let me just put a little marker there for 14. We'll just check that out right there. And that's 14 right there. 15. So it was in a weekly sell for 15 weeks. So that's pretty cool. So it went into the sell here, and there was great opportunity. Look at the sell. This daily sell went on for a while. Look at that. Matter of fact, you couldn't even buy it because it had a red and green. So it went into the sell here, and really didn't go into a daily buy until here. And then it went back into the sell here. You could catch that nice little ride again. This is a very productive product. Let's see what it looks like on J4X. GBP AUD. I could have sworn, yeah, we've looked at this before. I know some other people have asked about it too. Oh, interesting. And look how it's buried down there, and the white line's buried down there. And see that? Look at it. It's been in a sell since like here on using these indicators right here. And we're using Hinky Ashy to try to match up to our red dots. So how's that? Is that cool or what? You have 11 more left. That's today. You have 11 more left today. And then you start over again on Monday. Funny action in Forex today. Daniel, what's cooking? What's shaking, bacon? Yesterday dollar went strong only to dump hard today. It took out most of the stops on the dollar ran, and the peso, dollar peso shorts yesterday, only to make today lower lows. Talk about manipulation, pump and dump. Oh man, we're in a quantitative easing universe. You know that these bankers have got an idea what they want, and they're going to get it. That's it. And the big banks, they don't really make a lot of money anymore. That's why their stocks are not exactly flying through the roof, you know. The brokers are doing okay, you know, because they kind of double dip it, you know. Also, they've merged with major banks now, most of them, or they are banks. Matter of fact, JPM is a bank more than it is a brokerage house, and I think it's legally looked at as a bank. You know, Goldman Sachs is a bank, not a brokerage house anymore. They just have an incredibly big brokerage arm. That's it. So, yeah, I agree with you. The pump and the dump. Yeah, you know, the central banks do their thing, and there is no stopping them. They march and they march with nobody stopping them. Let's see. Let's take a look at that. We look at that every so often. The dollar peso went up 1.2% yesterday and then went down 1.5. Oh, I bet it's a whipsaw in our work. Let's check that out. We'll throw it up on the J4X first. Let's see, dollar peso right there. Now, look at that thing. You know, it's trying. It's not. Notice that the white line still hasn't been able to pierce the time manifold. Let's see how it's doing in our work here. Here it is there. I can't wait to see this. Okay, so we've been in a buy since yesterday, but we're in a weekly sell, so you can't be long it. You just can't be short. That's all. So see, that's why we follow the weekly trend. So in other words, weekly trend tells us what we can do with the daily trend. So it went into the sell here, and when it jumps up into the buy, you can't take the buy. And so now we're back heading for the sell, but we haven't broken it yet. That's going to be interesting to see. So that's how that works. That's why we do this way. You know, it stops you from getting whipsawed and crazy stuff like that. Matter of fact, you should see my soybean chart. The way you want to see something really dramatic with the math, check out the soybean chart. I'll have to show you that. You want to see the soybean chart, or do you want to look at the? I can put the rand up there too, the South African rand. You want to see what that looks like? Where is it at? There it is, right there. Now that didn't even give you a chance to get into a buy, and that's been in a sell from there. I don't know why it's green, but you can see that. Matter of fact, it went into the buy there. That's what it is. It went into the buy there, and then went right back into the sell the next day. But it's in a buy. See that the rand is in a weekly buy, so you get smacked a little bit that day from it, following our math, and let's see what's up with that. That comes over to there, and then it's trying to go into a weekly sell, but it's not. Let's see what the peso is doing. Is the peso's what, in a sell or a buy? Peso's in a sell. So it's just showing the pressure there. It's been in the sell since up here. Okay. So let's go back to the rand again. There's the rand. Let's see how it looks in J4X, the rand. You see Shinzo Abe is sick. He resigned. The Prime Minister of Japan. China buying sewer beans. Oh yeah, here, let's check this out. You just seen it was screwing up on our math. That's why I want to show you. I mean, how many times am I wrong? Daniel, you watch my work a lot. I mean, the math is usually pretty much, always at least in the 8.5 out of 10. So check this out. Check out the soybean chart. It was going totally awry for a couple of days, and I kept on saying to our, the clients that are using our Chicago quant work, I said, don't worry about it. It'll straighten itself out. And so that's feeder cattle. And so there it is right there. So, we're in a weekly buy, and it goes into the weekly sell last week, and we go into the sell here, and then it goes $15 the wrong way. Okay, and our stop was literally like 20. Okay. And I said, don't worry about it. It's going to go north, and when it does, because of the white line and the histograms plus, you can try jumping in on it. And so it goes into the buy here, right? And we've lost $15, and they're like, wow, we've had some great wins. It's the first time we've had such a hit. I think it happens. You got, it's 8.5 out of 10. I got to lose once in a while, I said, but trust me, it's going to come back, and you're going to win. And so look what happens. The thing jumps $30. $30 from the buy. It goes from like 24.25, and it goes to 20. Yeah, was it 24.25? So basically, figure 24. So it goes from $24, $9.24, and it goes all the way up to $9.48. So it jumps $25. No, but that's the, and the high was 48. Yeah, 25, almost $25. So what a hoot. And covered at 20 because of the stop was there. What a hoot. Oh my God. They were like, I can't believe it. You said it was going to do that. I said, it always makes it back. I've been running correlations of this thing for 40 years. I've run other correlations. I can't tell you how far back it goes because it sounds crazy. I did it on expanding galaxies with the thermodynamic expansion and contraction at the end of an expanding galaxy. It went back 37 million years accurate. So, the math always does it. It comes back. It does the adjustment. I don't know why it does it. It just does. It always adjusts. So it measures moving objects. That's why I developed it. To measure the particles to prove that the Higgs boson was a stupid idea. So anyway, that's what it is. All right, so soybeans. So in that while, still nothing compared to Tesla stock. Oh, yes. You want to see that? We got a client that's doing the Tesla stock. Let's see if I can find it here. Let's close the soybean. close. And let's just see soybeans on the J4X. See how well the math picked it up. I'm sure it did. Yeah, see? White line pierced the dotted line. It broke through the purple line. It's saying, be long in there, not short. That's why we show you this on the J4X every day. It's a good tool. It'll keep you safe. It's 75% correlated to our math. That's not bad. That means it puts it in an accuracy rate of in the high 60s. That's pretty damn good for a public indicator. And for those out there interested in writing it up in a J4X, I say go for it. In the contest. And that's why I was showing a last yesterday. All right. Where are we at? Oh, Tesla. Yeah, let's show you Tesla. File. Open. Where is it at? Right there. Stock combo. Yeah, we have a client doing the Tesla. There it is right there. Look at it. It's been in a weekly buy all the way back to April 10th. It refuses to go into a sell. It tried. Look at this. The black histogram went minus, right? White line still above, so it's still in a weekly buy. Then the white line's still in a buy. The black histogram's trying to climb back up through the zero line, but fails at it, but still in a weekly buy. And then finally the white line pierces it, but too late. The black histogram's now plus again, so it's wasn't able to get in there. And let's widen that puppy out so you can see it better. Look at that. And so we went into a sell this day from this sell-off, I guess it was, right in there. So we closed in a daily sell that day, went into the daily buy here, and it zipped it back up. And you can't take the short, of course, because we're in a weekly buy. So all you can do is miss a little of the gain. This one was a really good winner. This is a winner chicken dinner. See if we can shrink that up a little bit. Where's it at? Come on. There we are. Right there. Check that one out. Went into the buy off of that close, really. Or I guess it's that opening, really, because of the red-green dot gig, And so that opened at 12, say 13, $1,613. And it ran in a daily buy all the way up to 1613 minus 6129er. So what's that? $516 move in a daily buy. I'd call that winner chicken dinner. Now this was an interesting one. It tried to go into the sell and it did a harebrained decent sell, but we were in a weekly buy still, so you couldn't take the short. You just wouldn't want to be long through it all. And it fell down into the 13s. So from, what is that? From the 1513 high to the 1487 close. So if you were long it with the weekly buy and you're being obstinate and not getting out of it, at least you didn't get too much of your head handed to you. So, yeah. There's a winner chicken dinner. Yes, indeed. All right. Where do we go from here? Come on, Daniel, send me somewhere. Let's find something else to look at. Please, 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 please. What would you like to look at? Name it. Eddie, how about you? You want to see something? Throw something out there. Give us an idea. Throw up a product. Gold, silver, Bitcoin, we did anything we've done already. We can do again if you want to see, like British pound or euro or Japanese yen, name it. We'll do it. Can you look at Bitcoin? I'm looking at cryptos like not. You like not? I like that. Like not. Yeah. No, you mean you really are looking at them. Okay. All right, let's check out Bitcoin. Like not, man. Oh, and why can't we shrink this down a little bit? Let's shrink this down, like that. There we are. There, that's better. All right, now let's go over. Let's close this. Close the doodah, and let's head over to Bitcoin. This is the Bitcoin future, right there. And as we activate that, let's go check it out on J4X. Bitcoin. around here somewhere. I know you're here. Don't hide from me. Sewer beans, dollar, euro something, HG, US dollar. See, National Grid, T-Bond. There it is. And there's the Biddy coin trading at 11,499. Bid 11,385. You can see here we are flirting with a daily buy, but we've been in the weekly buy here for this little sell-off in here. It's more like it kind of reminds me of a plateau top, you know. What do they call it? They call it an island top, and it's a head and shoulders. See that? So be careful, I guess. You know. It caught some. It kept. The math has caught some really good moves. That last one was really cool, and I know we caught the 5,000 and something or 4,000 something to 8,000. That was pretty cool. So our math catches some of the really good moves. With good money management or options, you can, or both. You can have some nice wins just following our math. All right. Don't have much more stronger opinion than that. You can see it's flirting with it. And you can see over on J4X doing the same exact thing. You betcha. You betcha. So, but not on Dukascopy, obviously. Let's see. Poldoc, like in the TV show. Sure, same old pair. Dollar. You want to see that? We can go back to that again. Yeah, we can do that. Dot is doing great. Dot. Poldoc. What is Poldoc? I'm going to go to Euro for a second while you explain to me what Poldoc is, and I'll go find that. There is the Euro is like 119 now too. We usually start the webinar off with Euro unless someone asks for something. Yeah. It's sold down a little bit. When we started the webinar, it was at 119 even. And as you can see over on the spreadsheet, 14 weeks in a weekly buy. And 1 day in a daily buy, I think it was, right? Yeah, right. Right there. There it is. 15 weeks, not 14. Oh, no, you know what? I put 15 in there. Next week it'll be 15, unless it goes into a sell, which I don't see it doing. You can see this showing strength. We did go into a buy. This thing has pierced the same way through it, which is good. Good. And there's the daily buy, and you can see we had a nice little run up. We got as high as, what's that? That's 1919, almost 1920, right? 119.20. So they're taking 30 some odd pips back out of it a little bit. So Poldoc. See, Poldoc is a new crypto. Oh, okay. DeFi project launched by Ether. I keep on hearing about this Ethereum founder. I wonder if what's his name? What is his name? Wilco. I wonder if Wilco is involved in that. Wilco used to be here and doing webinars. Wilco is very, very. He showed me. He didn't. I don't want to say he showed me. He gave me so much good information, because saying he showed me is cheap. He gave me really good information on the cryptos and talked about it and showed them off. And he started doing webinars with it, and he was investing in them, and he was buying them at like 10 cents and, watching them go to like $20, things like that. Wilco, I think he stops in once in a while. Matter of fact, we should text him. I think I'll do that right now and say, Wilco, how come you don't stop in and say hi to us? Why don't you do that? You haven't done that in a while. Where you been, Wilco? We'll do that. Wilco is really big on the let's see if I can find him. Yeah, Wilco is a Dukascopy guy for years, and he's does webinars on cryptos. Wilco van Boxtel. Let's see. I'm going to say to him, talking about. Let's see, where's it at? Well, I'll text him. Contact information. I want to message him. Come on, let me message him. So anyway, yes, we've had some good people in here doing good crypto. I think I was whining about my nephew a couple days ago about the fact that he's got some blind thing about cryptos and everything else is not worth a thing, which is kind of crazy. But I keep on hearing about this Ethereum founder. You know, obviously some real success there. Wilco's been around. He's up. You can see him up on interactive. No, what is it? LinkedIn. You can see him in LinkedIn. There he is. I'm just going to tell him. Talking good about you on webinar. Stop in and say hi someday. There we go. Ah, he's talking to me now. How about that? He's answering instantly. Cool. Sounds good, he says. Oh. And about what? Oh, cryptos. Cryptos. And so, yeah, you know, there's a lot of good traders out there that are trading these things, and they trade them smart. Wilco does his best to trade them smart. So, you know, he's been doing it a long time, since the beginning of the cryptos, which I don't know is a lot, but it's like 5-6 years ago. And, you know, he's done really well. So anyway, that's the crypto there. Oh, did I do the euro? I did the euro again. There's the euro, Eddie, right there. You can see it. We went into the buy, and you can see it's coming up through here the same way. The green and the hinky ashies are doing their thing. The white line is piercing the dotted line. The dashed line is turning up. You know, it's all very positive there. You know, lots of good strength there. Eddie says, I'd like to learn more about your analysis and the indicator. Is there any written tutorial about it? Or I got to go through all of your webinars? Or you can go to my Chicago Quant Technologies website, too. You can do that also. So let me see if I can do that. How do I do that? DeFi. Ah, cool. That's what... cool. I think that's what... DeFi is why I texted you. Yes, exactly. And so where's it at here? We have it somewhere. I'll show it to you real quick. That's the YouTube. That's not what I want. It's there. Okay. There it is. Here we go. I'll switch this over for a second. You'll be able to see it. I think you'll be able to see it. There we are. There it is. You can go there. We have all kinds of stuff. So you'll be able to see it there. And so in the end result is that you know, it talks about, you know, all the things. Great. Excellent. We call it now the quantitative trading is the Swiss Army knife of market analysis. I just kind of like, it's like a kind of Swiss thing with Dukascopy, you know. I thought that was so cool. Robin came up with that. The Swiss Army knife of market analysis. I think that's so funny. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. So, and then, oh, let me go back to Wilco. So Wilco, yeah, here, I'll show you Wilco going on there now too. So there's Wilco. There's Wilco. There's a picture of Wilco. You want to understand more about the cryptos? Tune into Wilco. He's definitely involved in that stuff. He's into DeFi right now. See what he said there. Great. And then he says, I'm in the DeFi right now. You know, you can see the chat line there. We're talking. I mean, he just fired that up the moment you brought up the DeFi. I mean, Wilco is into this stuff. I mean, he's always ahead of the curve. He is watching this stuff like a hawk. So he'll come in. We'll get him to come in one day. You know, when he stops in to the Dukascopy webinar, we'll go check those things out even more. So, yeah, I mean, you know, Dukascopy is a subsidiary of the Swiss bank, so it kind of seemed appropriate, you know, the Swiss Army knife of tools, you know. And I do the webinar every day here. We talk about all the markets. We talk about logical stuff of markets and ideas. So, you know, you get it here for free every day. You get a whole hour to hear Doc do his insanity. Doc singing and doing his insanity. Making bird noises. Making voices. All right. Anybody else want to see anything? Boy, you see that choppiness that's going on in the metals market? I think we did gold earlier, didn't we? Did we look at the gold? I think we did. We looked at the gold. How about crude oil? Crude oil went into a sell, I think, on the daily. But look at that. Crude oil, 16 weeks in a weekly buy, 2 days in a daily sell. Let's check out the crude oil. Unless anybody wants to see something, we can stop what we're doing and go check it out. My attention span is fleeting as a kitty cat. Meow. Let's see, where's crude oil? Right there. There's the crude oil trading at 43.24. That's not going to last long in the sell like that. But look at this. You know, it's banging against the dotted line. Let's check it out over here. And there is crude oil. A couple days in a sell since up here. Up since the 43.39-ish. And went into the sell. But see, we're in a weekly buy, so you can't take the short. You can just take the profit. And you see we've been in a buy since back in here, since like the 30s on this one. What was that? I think it's like, what is that? Where is that? Yeah, it's like 30. Closed at 30 even. Is it that way? Yeah, that, or maybe that one, 31, something like that. So, let's see what Daniel says. Oh, only thing funny is that the S&P is at, yeah, I know, 3,500. It's a bull market. My sister said to me today, she's like, excuse me. She says, I don't know why, but you know, my you know, the markets are my portfolio is doing great. I said, yeah, everything's at record highs except for the Dow. And even the Dow's fighting its way up there. And she goes, I don't know what the reason is, but I'm really happy about it. So yeah, exactly. So there we are. So, oh yeah, I don't have to worry about that. So we got that. So and there's Wilco. I'm gonna jump off with Wilco and say goodbye to him. What did I do? Did I lose the chat? There it is. There. I see. There it is. There we go. So anyway, that's where we are. You can see the oil trying to lift back up again. I guess if we widen this out, you can see here oil is just dancing on the line. It's not really trying to go into, it's trying to go into sell, not doing too good a job. And then over here, let's widen this out a little bit more. You can see oil is sold down a little bit over the last couple of days, but you know, again, it's in a weekly buy. So again, like here on the J4X, it's awful hard to try to sell it. You know, as you can see here, Hinkigashi is holding up in the green. Kind of missed the action there a little bit, but you know, it's all right. You know, it's like I said, it's a public indicator that's about between 70 and 73%, or close to, I guess it's like 75% sometimes, 70%. So it's like 73% accurate to my, or correlated to mine. So but it's a good tool. If you're during the trading day and you need something, go with a very short term one of these suckers. It'll help you stay ahead of the curve. Okay. Yeah. Oh, you want to take a look at that? We can do that. Let's go take a look at the S&P 500. There it is, right there, at the 34.98s. You know, just ripping it along. That's line. What is that? That's line 11 weeks in a weekly buy, 6 days in a daily buy. Look at the Nasdaq 100, which Dukascopy calls the Tech 100, which is more descriptive for sure. 20 weeks in a buy and 11 days in a buy. So the stock indices, both of them are damn happy. Like damn, like damn. So that is what it is. All right, now let's check out. What are we going to check out here? We are going to check out the stock index. You can see that there. Let's check it on our work here. Stock index. Where are you? Yep, that's the one. And there it is there. You can see we've been in a daily buy since back there, matching the spreadsheet. Dun, 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 dun. 11 days? Is that 11 days, really? 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. It doesn't. Looks like 9 days, doesn't it? Interesting. I think what might have happened is that it was a red-green on that cell. I think that's the same thing that happened, and that's why it's 11 days on the spread. No, that's right. It's right. 6 days. That's right. I'm sorry. 6 days. So it's correct. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1. That's right. Today's the 7th day. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And then you can see there's the weekly buy. And then you want to see something even more heroic. Check out this. This is on Dukascopy. They call it the Tech 100, which is truly a good description of the Nasdaq 100. And you can see that just rocking and a rolling and a reeling. And that baby don't know how to stop. That thing is like a freight train just marching along. We started using a green line underneath. It's been in a buy so long. Look at that. All the way back to since the beginning of April. It don't know how not to be in a buy. And every buy, not every buy, but most of the buys have been fantastic runs, I mean, this one was a little short-lived, of course. Matter of fact, it was very short-lived, of course. But you couldn't take the short. You didn't get trapped in here because the math wouldn't let you, so that's cool. That was a goodie. So there's a winner chicken dinner. So whatever you lost here, you definitely made over here. So, and you're not actually taking the short, so it's not too bad. Let's see. Has a gaming channel? Does he really? Cool. I'll have to check that out. The gaming channel was 3 years ago? Okay. Yeah, he talks to me once in a while. I didn't mention. He said he was doing something. I didn't really, I don't remember. God knows I might have been on his gaming channel. Didn't even. I mean, I don't remember that, but I'll have to check that out. Yeah, he's very involved in the cryptos. I know that when it went upside down, we were talking a little bit about it. He was bearish, and it kept on going up, and I was in a weekly buy, and I was like, oh, I wouldn't be too bearish about that thing. He was taking profits. He took a ton of profits. He had a lot of profits. So. All right. What else we got here? Oh, we got to come up with a title again today, too. What do we call today's? I mean, I try to do that. During the webinar so I don't forget, So what can we call today's webinar? We talked about the time bars again. And let's see, what else did we do? What else did we do? And what else can we say? So let's go to title again. What should we say? What did we talk about here today? I guess we talked about, what did we talk about? Talked about Mexican peso. We looked at the, what we can do? We can put in what we looked at today here, a couple of the products. Like GBP AUD. And GBP AUD, we'll put that in there. Let's see. And then USD. Let's see. MXN What do we use for the what is it? The South African Rand? ZAR and ZAR. There we are. I think that'll do it. Seems like a nice title. There we go. All right. So everybody have a safe and smart weekend. We will catch you all on the flip side Monday. It'll be thank God it's Monday, TGIM. But right now it's TGIF. So this is Doc from North America saying like arrivederci. And we'll head it off with happy trails to you until we meet again. Happy trails to you, to all our trading friends.